this is gonna be a video for kind of showing people how to mod Stardew Valley. I've never done it before, so we're gonna kind of figure it out together. And it was mainly because I found Stardew Valley Expanded in a Reddit post, I think, or maybe it was Blue Sky, and showed it to a friend who's interested in it but doesn't know how to mod the game. So I'm gonna learn how to mod it, and this is gonna be pretty much unedited, and just kind of go through and show the process. So typically when you come to Nexus Mods, which is where I get most of my mods from, certain games have certain places, like older games I find like Doom or Star Wars games use like mod DB, or Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic tends to have its own like site for it. But for most of the games I play, Nexus Mods, good place to find mods. Alright, so when you find a mod, right, say we were looking for Stardew Valley specifically. So typically what I'll put in, you can't see my search bar, but I'll type it in here. It'll be different than that, but sorry. We do a Google search, basically, that just is like Stardew Valley Nexus, right? And you'll come up to this page, which is Stardew Valley, and lists all the mods, right? Usually starts sorted by new or updated or trending or whatever. I sort it by popular, because then you can see the popular ones, right? Stardew Valley Expanded seems to be a pretty big one. So, you know, we also see the Stardew Valley modding API, so explanation, mod loader for Stardew Valley, and the content patcher, loads content packs that change the game's data, images, and maps without replacing X and B files. So I'd imagine that's for like custom sprites and stuff. Regardless, this is the one we want, Stardew Valley Expanded. Already got it here in a tab. And we can look. Shows we haven't downloaded the mod yet, because I haven't. And it gives a description. Fan-made expansion for Concerned Ape Stardew Valley. Adds 28 new NPCs, 58 locations, 278 character events, 43 fish, reimagined vanilla areas, free farm maps, reimagined world map, new music, questlines, object shops. It feels like a whole... It seems like it's a whole new thing. So when you're first looking at a mod, you can come down and look at the requirements that it needs to run, right? So Nexus requirements means that in order to get this to work, you will need these 3 mods: the Content Patcher, Farm Type Manager, and the SMAPI, Stardew Modding API. Mods requiring this file means that these are mods that other people have made for this mod. So if you want to use these mods, then you have to have this installed. So we're gonna just forget about those and stick with what we need. So we need the Content Patcher, the Farm Type Manager, and the Modding API. And then we can come down here and look at the description. It says, stays as true to the source material as it can. Give the player the magical feeling they had when they first played Stardew Valley. They recommend playing through vanilla first before jumping into SVE's expanded world. Met Abigail for the first time. Aw. Wow. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. This is usually where it will explain what the mod features, right? New NPCs, expanded Joja storyline, new farm maps, new locations, configurations, new fish, all that stuff. They will typically have a compatibility right here. Known bugs, common errors, mod compatibility, and troubleshooting on GitHub. So we're not too worried about that because this is, for right now, the only mod we're installing. The other 3 that they had in the requirements, I would consider framework. Like it says framework mods, as opposed to actual mods. So, oh geez, that's a lot. We're just gonna close that. Please read the installation guide on GitHub. GitHub is like a place where people upload files and mods, and you can see like the code for stuff and pull requests, which is like, hey, can you do a German translation for me? Or for people, stuff like that. I don't know. All I know is that it does this thing. So if we go back a couple, install guide. Installing SVE. Install these 3 mods. Okay. So I'm not going to screen capture installing stuff because then it just shows stuff about my drives and all that. But what I'll say is it says, okay, so we have to start with installing these 3 mods, right? So I'm going to come here, go to the files, and it shows, okay, this is for developers, so we're not developers. We're just going to do manual download. There's a mod manager you can use, but I feel like some games you would want to use it for something like this. Just download it. You do have to make an account and sign in to download stuff on Nexus, which is fine. And then you'll see the slow download. Most games are pretty... most mods are pretty small. Like, not going to be a big deal. Once that's done, then we can go over to the farm type manager. And same thing, just double check. Okay, this is for editing content packs or farm settings. I think that's if you wanted to do it yourself. I'm thinking that... Oh, design for Stardew Valley 1.6.4. I don't know if that's going to cause an issue. I don't think so, but we will also manual download this. And it says we need the other 2 things. So we've already downloaded the modding API. Download this. And now the content patcher. We also need that. So this also shows the way to install it. So what I'll do, we've downloaded all of these, right? Now I'll go back to... Sounds like most places want us to install... Let's check. What does this say? Content patcher. Install latest version of SMAPI. That's number 1. Okay. What does this one say? Install latest version of SMAPI. So we're going to start with SMAPI. I'm going to open that up. You can't see my file explorer, but you're going to look for it. It probably ends up in your downloads folder as a compressed file or compressed folder. Let me see if I might be able to do this. Let's check. Oops. Oh. Way to turn off the navigation panel. There we go. Okay. Now I can actually show the file explorer without it getting looking funny. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Oh, it actually cuts off things so that it doesn't show the rest of it. Wait, what? Interesting. Okay. So if I was to come here, right, and say we got SMAPI, right click that. It's not going to show you the context menu. Right click it, extract all. Wow, it really isn't going to show you anything, is it? So extract that, and it doesn't even show you the window that it opens. Incredible. Okay, well, left click that. It's going to have the installer in here. It's for installing on Windows. There's a README. What does the README say? Automated install. What? So... Oh, I see. Okay, so it says to check the Stardew Valley wiki for installing this. There should be a modding guide. So I'm gonna hide this window because we don't need it right now. And we're gonna look, and there should be a section for mods. That's where it says to go. Modding, right down here. We're gonna click on that. It says, wow, using mods. How to install SMAPI. See the instructions for Windows. Run the game without SMAPI at least once. Probably have done that. Download the latest version, extract the zip file, double click on the windows.bat file. So that is... Oh. Oh no, I didn't cover it. Okay. So that is this one. We're just going to double click it. Gonna install it. It comes up with a little window that says, hi, I'll help you install or remove SMAPI. And it should list your location of where you have the game installed. Just follow some prompts and it will install it. So now it says SMAPI is installed. If you use Steam, set your launch options to enable achievements. SMAPI.set or see smapi.io/install. I'm just gonna do this because it's gonna be way easier for me to just do it than explain. Basically, you're gonna go into Steam, you right-click Stardew Valley, and then you're going to go to the install. No, am I crazy? How do you do that? Launch options. Sorry, right-click Stardew Valley, select properties. And then under the general tab, go into, there's a thing called launch options, and you're gonna, it will show you the thing to copy. And you're just gonna type that in. Oops. Stardew Valley. Stardew modding api.exe station. There. And if you don't use Steam, launch Stardew modding API in your game folder to play with mods. Assuming you're using Steam. Just double check that it's still there. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. So now that is going. Okay, so we've got SMAPI installed. So we can come back here and check that. Oh, this doesn't, not gonna let us check it. Okay, cool. Ah! I don't want to look at that. I already have it. Check mark. Check. Anyway, content patcher. So same thing. Go into our file explorer. We are going to extract all on the content patcher. And then look at the folder. And it just has contentpatcher.dll. Well, what did it say in our instructions for that one? So, sorry. Done SMAPI. I'm gonna close the thing. Content patcher. Unzip the mod folder into Stardew Valley/mods. Install any content packs you want by unzipping them into Stardew Valley/mods. Run the game using SMAPI. So, I'm going to take the whole folder here. So I've just selected the whole thing. Actually, it says to unzip it. Unzip the mod folder. So I think you could just copy the whole content patcher thing. And give me 1 second. I will get us to our Stardew Valley mod folder, and then I will... how did I do this before? View, go, navigation. Okay, so now I will find my installation of Stardew. And there we go, our mods folder. what will this mod accomplish? This mod is adding, this is for Stardew Valley, not Final Fantasy. But this mod will basically, it adds a whole bunch of stuff to the game. Sorry, just give me 1 second. And I'll explain quickly. So essentially, we are installing Stardew Valley Expanded. It adds a whole lot of stuff. 28 new NPCs, 58 locations, 278 character events, 43 fish, reimagined vanilla areas, free farm maps, a reimagined world map reflecting all the changes, new music, quest lines, objects, crops, festivals, and many miscellaneous additions. So I would imagine that this current mod, the content patcher that we are installing, will let Stardew Valley Expanded change the things it is required, or change the required assets it needs to change to basically install the mod. So we just right-click, copy, paste, content patcher's in there now. Okay. And then that just leaves the farm type manager, right? So I'm going to close the content patcher. What happened? There we go. So farm type manager. Same thing. Download farm type manager from the files tab. Unzip farm type manager into the Stardew Valley /mods folder. If you have other mods that require FTM, then you're all set. Everybody needs this if you have if you're playing multiplayer. If you're not, then don't worry about it. We'll just follow the first three. So, we've already installed it. See if I can find it. There we go. So I will here. Same thing. Unzip the farm type manager. Go in here. Right click. Copy. Or cut, whatever tickles your fancy. I gotta find the other one now. But I'm trying to do this in a way that doesn't show all the files on my computer. Libraries. Stardew mods. So there we go. Farm type manager, content patcher. Those are the two that it wanted us to put in. And we should have the SMAPI installed. Now, we can go back to here, get rid of the farm type manager, and move on to the next step. So the main mod, find your game folder, open the mods folder inside there. Download Stardew Valley Expanded from Nexus Mods. Here, main files. Wait, you gotta download all of the farms? Oh, I see. Okay. So, again, double check the instructions. Change your farm layout by installing Grandpa's Farm or IF2R. New farm maps that replace the standard layout. Only one can be installed at a time, so you have to choose which one will complement your playstyle. Excuse me? Hey! You're fine. Sorry, the cat's freaking out at the other cat. So, let's see here. It seems like, why do they have the Frontier Farm as a... It doesn't say that you have to install one of the farms. New farm maps will replace the standard layout. So, I mean, I guess it says only one can be installed at a time. Okay, so for the sake of this, I'm gonna say you could pick any of them. I'm gonna pick the Frontier Farm, but we're gonna download Stardew Valley Expanded. It's gonna say we need SMAPI, we have it. Farm type manager, we have it. Content patcher, we have it. Can slow download. This one's a bit bigger, so it's gonna take a few more seconds, but that's okay because we can go back and find the Frontier Farm. Also, download that one. This one's tiny. I'm gonna close the mod part. Stardew Valley wiki, the modding section, will also probably have a good written guide on how to install this. Because it seems like a pretty popular one. This is just kind of a visual aid. Hopefully it's helpful. Okay, so those are both done. I'm going to my file manager here. Mm. I know I'm not currently sharing the screen. You're gonna do the same thing. Right-click and extract both Stardew Valley Expanded and the Frontier map, or the Frontier farm. Did it again. So, right, we come here and now we've got Stardew Valley Expanded and the Frontier farm both done and extracted. And come here. So what did it say next? It said, find your game folder, open the mods, download it. We've downloaded it. Unzip the downloaded folder before moving it to mods. Make sure to move the unzipped folder into your mods folder. So I'm going to do that with both of them. So I'm going to come here. We'll select Frontier Farm, Stardew Valley Expanded, and right-click them, copy. Then we will go back to our Stardew Valley installation. Wherever it is, there it is. Now we are in the mods folder again. Right, we're gonna right-click it, paste it, and take its time. I know you can't see the prompts and all the other windows that open, but you'll have them when you do this. Just gonna wait for that to paste. Boom, see, so those are both in there now. And so now what else does it say? So we've unzipped the downloaded folder and moved it to mods. There's update. If there's an update, you can do that. There is Rampleton Fields, which is a huge farmable field to the game that you can add to the game. I'm not going to worry about that. I just wanted to show you how to get it going. So now that is done, let's try and run the game. See what happens. I'm gonna pause the music and just play. It is booting the SMAPI. A good sign, I think. Waiting for game to launch. Cool. Oh no. Okay. Crashed. That's not a good start. This is where it takes 5 years for me to figure out what's going on. So I'm wondering if maybe we don't need the... Maybe Maybe we don't need the, Sorry, give me 1 second. I can just... Okay, so maybe we don't need the frontier farm in there. I'm gonna delete that. And we'll try running it again and see what happens. There we go. So, okay. Hold on just a second. See? Oh, geez. You're not really gonna be able to hear anything at the moment. Give me 2 seconds. That's so loud. I'm so sorry. My poor ears. Why is it so loud in here? Oh. There. Okay. So it worked. So I will correct what I had said. When it comes to installing Stardew Valley Expanded, do not install one of the farms as well. You don't have to. I think that's if you want to replace one of the other ones. All you have to do is install Stardew Valley Expanded. The way the install guide made it, it made it sound like the other two were optional, but it didn't mention the Frontier one, so I had assumed that that meant you had to install it because it's under main files. And it wasn't mentioned. Anyway, just install. You can't see what I'm... Just install Stardew Valley Expanded. This one at the top. And let's see. We go to new. Weary. Weary's... I know, super original. Wait, Weary's Farm. Weary's Farm. Favorite thing. Mushrooms. And so we got Standard Farm. Oh, wow. Hold on. These are all actual farms. Why don't you just press OK? This should work. Or... I hope. There we go. I feel like the start's gonna be the same, unless it's gonna start the same and I'm a complete goofball and didn't actually install anything. Because that'd be kind of funny. Let's see. This looks like the normal farm. Shearwater Bridge. Is that normally in there? Blue Moon Vineyard. Nope, these are different. Fairhaven Farm. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, normally you can't go past Marnie's Ranch, right? Or am I crazy? I don't... Is there a way to see? I will probably recognize people that aren't normally in the list of NPCs. These seem like new NPCs. So, yay? Maybe success? Somebody who's played the game more than me might know better. But to me, I don't remember Blue Moon Vineyard or Sophia's house being there. Grandpa's Shed? I don't remember that being a thing. Hold on. No, that seems new. Maybe I'm crazy and I've just never noticed it. But yeah. So 2 out of 32 people. That's a lot of people. Yeah. Seems to work. So hopefully it works out for you, and hopefully this was helpful. Even though I'm bad at explaining things.